this one mindset shift change that you can make will change everything for you if you do it properly and truly embody it. I'll do my best to explain it to you guys as best I can. This mindset shift change, you will have heard nuances, you may have even heard of it, but just hear me out. I've experienced this in my own life and it works. The mindset shift change has to do with how you're living now compared to how you would be living and behaving if you had the things that you want. Who would you be if you had the things you want versus who you're being right now? Here's a really good example. Let's say there's somebody who wins the lottery. They win a absolutely enormous amount of money. Okay? Almost all of these people completely change the way that they're living. I mean, completely change. They go from being completely broke or maybe just getting by or I don't know, whatever situation they were in, to all of a sudden they're living lavishly, right? We see how many people win the lottery go back to being broke within a few years, okay? The reason this happens is because these people were not energetically ready and balance had to be restored, okay? So they weren't educated, and that's okay. I'm not judging these people. I just want to help. So what happens is they were living one way and very quickly they were living a new way, okay? I know it would sound great to win the lottery to a lot of us. Oh, I could finally be over all of these problems in my life. I could finally be over there. And they're so hungry for it. They're so hungry for it. They just, like savages, they eat it up. Okay, like ravenous wolves, they just devour that money. You have to become the type of person who knows how to handle life at those levels. You need to know how to become the person who handles what you desire. So you need to become the person who knows how to embody and manage life as that future desired self. You do that by blending it into your life now. And a couple of things to think about. Let's try to balance the energy here. So let's say you're trying to manifest something and it starts to kind of manifest. This has happened to me. This has probably happened to you if you have been on the law of attraction journey for a while, where you've been really hungry for something and it starts to manifest, and then you kind of start to turn into that ravenous wolf, and then all of a sudden that thing that was manifesting dissipates and it dies and it goes away. It's because you weren't ready. It's because I wasn't ready. We're not ready. So the trick is to be excited and thankful for it, but not a ravenous wolf, not blown away, not amazed. It should happen. You should be like, oh, I expected this to happen. Oh, I'm so thankful. Oh man, thank you for this. I knew it was going to happen. But it's not that big of a deal because you expected it. You're already being the person who is that future self. So when that happens, it's not that big of a deal. You're thankful. Oh man, you appreciate it. But you should be appreciating things even before that happens. Appreciate what you have. So appreciate the things, but don't be wiling out, and freaking out that, oh my gosh, I manifested this money, or I manifested this lover, or I manifested this car, because now you're going to lose it. You're not stable. You're not balanced. It should feel so natural for you that you expect it. Oh yeah, of course this happened. This is what happens in my life. You've already reprogrammed yourself so much. Think about breathing. Every time we breathe, we don't go, holy crap, I breathed. I took a breath. Is breathed a word? I think so. It doesn't sound right. I breathed. So our subconscious mind, it breathes for us. We don't think about it. We just breathe naturally. The desires that come into our life should be the same way. We expect it. I'm thankful that I breathe. I'm thankful that my subconscious mind tells me to breathe when I'm not thinking about it. I don't have to sit here and think, okay, breathe. Okay. Breathe. yes, I breathe. I'm going to call everybody and tell them, hey guys, I'm breathing. Okay. So you shouldn't freak out when something good happens and go, oh my gosh, call everybody and you're telling everybody what good things happen. Think about this. When Jesus healed people, now I'm not like a super religious person, okay, but there's a lot of really good things in the Bible that we can relate to for this. When Jesus heals people, he says, okay, now don't go tell anybody. Now, I grew up in a religious family and I didn't understand what this meant. Why did he say don't go tell people? I thought it was like just because you need to go be humble or something. But no, the reason he said don't go tell anybody is because exactly what we're talking about. You're going to imbalance your energy. Not to mention, if you go telling everybody, everyone else is you're going to take on their negative energy probably. You're going to be around a bunch of doubters, people who haven't done it. It should be natural for you. Just soak it up, eat it up in a healthy, natural way, just like you do your breakfast. Of course you have breakfast. You expected breakfast. Hopefully you expected breakfast. I hope you're eating breakfast. It should be natural and easy. We cannot manifest something we're not ready for. How do you know when you're ready? When it's not that big of a deal. When it's not that big of a deal. You want it, obviously, but you're starting to live it already in your mind and in your actions. Okay? If you want to be in a rock band and tour the world and play, which I can relate to this one because I used to be in a rock band when I was younger and played a lot of shows. You start by playing guitar, learning how to play the guitar, and you play it a lot throughout the day. You're not a rock star yet, but you love playing guitar. You love the idea. It's so fun. You enjoy it. You're becoming that person more and more every day. And you're doing things that are getting you closer and closer energetically to where you're trying to be, that rock star traveling the world or something. If you're that, I remember there was this one band, I'm not going to mention who they are. Maybe I will. Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. They have some really cool songs. When I was younger and in a band, they were really big. They had that song, Face Down. Couldn't think of it for a second. Okay, they blew up. I remember I listened to their first demo album that they had produced, at least that I had ever heard. It was before their major album, before they were signed. They got signed by Virgin Records. They had only been a band together for like a short amount of time, only a few years. Not a long time. In fact, maybe it was only like a year. I can't remember. I remember it was a short amount of time. And I was able to relate because we were in a band for years. They went from being nobodies to incredibly successful, signed by Virgin Records, playing around the world. And I remember I went and listened to them live and they did not sound good. This was back then. They were a lot better live now than they were back then. But what happened was they weren't ready for the success. Let's think of quarterbacks. When you get signed as a quarterback onto a professional team right out of college, it's best to have that quarterback as a like third string or second string quarterback to kind of get used to the professional atmosphere, because we're talking a different ball game from college to NFL. And a lot of these poor quarterbacks that come out of college, sometimes they do okay, but man, sometimes they get absolutely destroyed. And it's best to give them some time to learn, kind of be an apprentice behind someone who's already there. Thinking about this from an energetic standpoint, you've got to balance that energy. You want to balance it in a way that's healthy for you and natural. So you want to put yourself in situations where you can feel that balanced energy. I hope this is making sense. So see yourself as the person having the things you desire. See yourself having them today. Obviously, we don't have them, right? I wasn't that rock star traveling the world. I toured around in the United States a little bit, but I never traveled the world. I quit playing music by that before we got too far. But it started with playing small time gigs locally, writing songs, getting together with the band, practicing, getting things primed, getting things ready, working on our showmanship, working on our singing, working on our skills and our abilities, so that if we did make it big time, which we got close, but if we did make it big time, we were ready. We were balanced. We were being the person that needed to be. It's not going to happen overnight. All of our problems are not just going to get washed away. We want to manifest things so bad. Please. You've got to learn to balance your energy now. Start working towards them. See yourself. What would you be like if you had that? And start embodying that today. Becoming that. It shouldn't be a shock or a surprise when something manifests. You should just be thankful. But you expect it. Because you're already being the person who has those things, who has that lifestyle, who has that relationship, who has that much money. So go and start integrating that person into your life today. And in a short amount of time, your life can be that and more. And remember, we're not here to get it done, as Abraham Hicks says. We're here to enjoy life. Guys, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future content. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.